Good evening and welcome to Savage Universe. I am J-M and I'm here with Alb to talk about the results of the Creator Jam. And Alb, thank you for joining me to just talk about
You're
all of
welcome.
the cool things that people have put together.
Let's right go. Let's go right into it.
Let's go right into it. Well, the first one we're going to share is get everything set up. Apologies to Alb. He was here on time, and my computer decided that, you know what? This is the time that I need to do a Windows update. And so we are coming in fast and furious, just the way Savage Worlds should be. All right, so here's the first link. We're going to paste it in here for you to share it. I'm going to show it off here. Setting list 5 attack of the setting rules.
So the setting less like uh because it's the fifth one in the series. Setting less series is basically a collection of setting rules. There's like dozen or more per book, and you have plenty of choices if you want to spice your game, see if you can do something different. In that one, you have like stuff like making things easy to break, making it less deadly, and everything. So it's basically a way to fine tune your games. It's very complete. It's very interesting, and you have with all the the books in the series, you have like uh, probably 50 or 60 different setting rules you can add to your game, so that's very worth the price.
Oh, yeah. I've always enjoyed the setting list supplements, and big props to everybody who participated in this. And again, Alb, uh, Padre's correct, and
Sorry.
so is Padre and Peterson are both correct. Thank you so
Okay,
much for putting this together.
you're welcome.
All right, so
I
here's
have
Let's
just
Ride.
as much fun writing stuff for it. So this is a special rule. I remember that in old school Deadlands, you had these specific, not these specific rules, but rules to make your rides um, more personality. Personality. I remember having rules to have like cannibalistic horses and stuff like that. So these are not as hardcore, but you have rules to for you the personality, how approachable they are, how easy they are to train, commands you can give them. So basically, play with the animal intelligence stats, so they cannot do anything that you haven't trained them to do first. So it's pretty complete, pretty easy to use as well.
Awesome.
And
So,
I also like that you have a bunch of um, like quick already made horses that you can add to your game if you want.
what I love about this is all of the lists of the famous horses
Yes.
that right, Silver, the Black Stallion, Artax, Roach. I literally just learned yesterday that when um, Games Design Workshop was trying to sell Traveler, the role playing game, to a distributor, they were like, "Oh no, we'll totally take it," because they thought it was a Civil War game, because they just immediately assumed that Traveler referred to General Lee's horse. And I'm like, did they not read the back of the box? They're like, no, they just were like, well, we sell board games. This has got to be a board game. And the only Traveler we know is this horse from the Civil War. So obviously this is a war game about horses. And I'm like, that is
That requires a very specific knowledge niche and a very specific obliviousness to stuff
that's right.
to make that like logic jump. I love it.
Yeah. Mark Miller told me that. I'm like, well, that is literally the coolest thing that I've heard. All right, let's go to. So you have these broken up by how they,
Yes, we have
broad categories.
rule sets. We have adventures. We have a blog this time, this year, and we have a few mini sittings.
Yeah, it was a great year
Mhm.
for. All right, so let's talk about Hardwired.
Because we never have enough chrome in our body. This is the setting for you. This is the supplement for you. You have a bunch of additional cyberwares, rules to make androids, cyborgs, and synths, which is basically the equivalent for the Blade Runner robots and stuff like that. So you have lots of different choices. Very weird cyberwares as well. I remember loving the Shadowrun and um, Cyberpunk supplements about cyberwares because they went wild with stuff. So this is pretty much not maybe not as wild as what I wanted, but pretty wild
The
compared
one
to the main rule book.
I remember reading, we were playing a ton of second edition Shadowrun back in high school, and
Oh, the weird one.
yeah, I remember the one time a player was like, "I got a monofilament tongue whip." They could shoot their tongue out of their mouth with a monofilament wire, and sure enough, the very first thing he does is critically fail and lops off his own head. And that was the end of that character.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I have so many good memories of Shadowrun second. I think it's second edition, not the third edition. Second edition was so filled with bugs and exploits and
Oh yeah.
badly thought out mechanics. Only needed one skill, which was ninjutsus, because everything else defaulted to ninjutsu. Helicopters required half their fuel to take off and half their fuel to land.
Yep.
It was I think that's the one where you could put trucks into trucks as well. So that's funny.
My wife, one of the many lines from our Shadowrun game was, "Can I just roll martial arts for that?" And it's like, it's not the one skill that you need. Yet mechanically, it kind of is the only skill that you need.
Yes.
Um, yeah, two of my favorite adventures of all time, Harlequin and Harlequin's Back from that era of Shadowrun, was just
I still have a soft spot for the one with the Brotherhood and the insect
oh
spirits. Is that
yeah.
Arlequin or is that another
No,
one?
the Harlequin was about the elves, the immortal feud between Harlequin and Iran the Scribe, and then
Yeah,
Harlequin's Back was the
the
laying
one
the
where they're going
groundwork.
to different realities, and one of them was a
Yes,
western. That's
yes,
the one. Okay.
that's it. Yeah, exactly. Where they're and it's all about the meta planes and the
Yeah.
horrors. So
I've read that one. I've never played that one, but I played the one with the insect spirits where you're getting paid 1,050 new yens to basically save the world from alien abominations.
yeah, Queen Euphoria. That's a great one.
And I think I've the one with where you bomb Chicago. That's the
Yeah,
one.
Bug
Okay, yeah.
City. Yeah. Fun
Uh,
fact: the place where the nuke goes off was the address for FASA headquarters. I realize we're way far afield. Let's go to the cave of the Lemurian
I think yeah. Okay, yeah. You're right.
by our
So
very own John Doom.
we're starting the adventures part. I've so this one specifically, let me check my notes. So this is a very pulp Indiana Jones-esque adventure. So it's that happens into the Grand Canyon. So it feels like if you're in the middle of an adventure with Indiana Jones
That's
or
right.
the mummies or
Yeah,
stuff
this
like
is
that.
the latest in his Adventures of Doom. And James, you're right. The author of this one is a
Yeah,
hat, a
James is here.
heroically awesome character killer. That one's for you, John Doom. All right, Alb. One of my very first streams was talking with you about uh, February's event
Hmm.
3 years ago. This is the third one that I've done, And I just thoroughly enjoy talking with you about these. I look forward to it every year.
So this is the newest addition to the City Gull Chronicles, one of my favorite pseudo setting for Savage World. I said pseudo because they're made so you can add those adventures to any medieval fantasy setting. I've even tried to put one into my big Apple Sewer Samurai game, so they're very versatile. You can do anything as long as you have like people guarding a city and protecting it from harm. You can
Mm-hmm.
add them. The way the adventures are constructed are very, very good. You have plenty of ways to move back and forth. They're not linear, so it's perfect for people that wants to wander and do side quests. I know my players love to do everything except the main quest when we do those kind of adventures. So this is a I haven't tried it yet. I plan to, but it's if it's anything else compared to the others, it's going to be very good.
Yeah. And Padre, you're right. You need to grab all of the Doom adventures, all of them.
You ne- Everyone.
Oh, yeah, everyone. Uh,
So
another fun little fact that's clogging up the memory holes of JM's brain. Apparently, Gary Oldman always did that everyone line very quietly and very reserved. So
mhm.
when they actually called rolling and he screamed it out like that, everyone jumped. And they were like, "Yeah, that's the one we're going to go with."
So Salt and Chrome, Cyberpunk campaign. Well, not a campaign yet, but one sheet in that universe. Uh, if you want to read about Salt and Chrome, very interesting setting. It's much more cyberpunk than Shadowrun, so no magic, just pure technology. It's uh, it's a classic classical take on the genre, but it's always very, very good.
Very cool. All right, so we got two more adventures. This one is called Thin Ice.
Yes, I've helped. Uh, Peterson is a new author. He reached out to me because he had a good idea for his adventure, but needed help for the to make the layout. And I had a few stock images lying around, so I helped him setting things up. It's basically what happens when you have a mob slash manifesting. What's I only have the name in French when you have protest.
Okay.
So when you have a protest with superpowers individuals mixed in, and police state trying to calm everyone down, so you have to find a way to resolve this as peacefully as possible without any casualties, basically. And I really like the fact that he mixed instead of mixing. We usually say use more than one rule when you do a big fight, so use the dramatic tasks and everything, but he mixed everything: the combat, the dramatic task, and the social challenge all in one go. So players need to use all the resources at their disposal to try to save everyone.
That's awesome. And I love that because I always love turning up the tension on Savage Worlds players. And so having at least two of the rules going at the same time really, really forces them to try and engage with the mechanics on a very tactical level. I've never tried three, so congrats, Peterson, and well done. All right, Dawn of Destruction. This one's Padres also in the chat. So we've had three of our adventure writers in here.
Yeah, and it's another one with superpowers. This time, I don't know if it's a callback to Brave New World, but it's a superpower game during World War II. So Brave New World is I don't is I'm not talking about the Aldous Huxley
I was like, really? How does this tie in with all the
but there was a game that was one of the inspiration for Savage World. I think Shane participated in the writing, which was called Brave New World, which
Okay.
is a superhero setting in the modern world, but you had a version of it during World War II. So I wasn't sure if it was inspired by that, but
Very cool.
which one? Brave New World by Aldous Huxley or Brave New World the RPG, John Doe?
Yeah. Or is it Por qué no los dos, John Doom?
But
Wait,
it's the RPG is a great RPG. I've
John Doom says, why not both?
yeah, okay. It's a word that you can see the meme.
Yeah.
Words where you can see the meme from it. But it's so yeah.
Awesome.
I
Well,
was going
Padre,
to fanboy over Brave New World, but it's a game that ended too soon. Let's just say leave it at that.
like so many projects that we love. Sometimes real life just takes over the creator's life, and we get what we get, and just sort of wish for more. Well, congratulations to everybody who's done the first part of this, which is the adventures and the setting stuff. But now we have a blog post that was part of this. So I've got the link shared.
So it's
right
Richard Woolcock, my mentor, the guy that motivated me to write stuff. So he has a special place in my heart. Thank you. He wanted to make sure to have something ready for FFF February this year. So he made a blog first, then tried to work on his mini setting instead in case he didn't have the time to finish his mini setting, but he did. So he has 2 entry this year. This blog, which is basically 2 setting rules that you can add, luck-based setting rules.
Yeah, I'm looking at this one, the lucky break, which allows you to spend a penny to add 1 to your final trait total.
Mm-hmm.
And then karmic balance,
which is basically if you only have 1 Benny remaining and have a penalty on the trait roll, you get a Benny. Because what I liked about that is you have two different hindrances in Savage World. Those with mechanics related to them and those without mechanics related to them. So it's a way to give a little bit more to those with mechanics because they're usually more painful, they're more punishing. So with that, you can at very least have a few bennies through them instead of just getting bennies through role play edges,
very cool.
hindrances.
Very cool. All right, and then we have 3 mini settings.
Well, actually 7 because I wrote a compilation of 5 mini settings.
Oh. All right, well, let's walk through them.
So, Plight of the Gods. I'm just going to open my notes. Don't want to miss anything. So, felt like what's the game? The game that's underground with the little sisters. There's a BioShock. Yeah.
BioShock. Okay.
BioShock felt like inspired by BioShock. So you have it's a capitalistic paradise / hellscape where you are a cog in the machine. So you have an adventure where you have to escape from this hell machine landscape into reality, which is the surface.
Very cool. I am constantly in awe of the material that comes out of the creator jams because even even working within, I mean, you give just a little bit of a framework and then actually encourage everybody to ignore the framework if they want to.
Mhm.
And we get such a breadth of cool new products every February. Like this is awesome. All right. Then we have Arcane Resurrection.
So the another one by Zadmar, Richard.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't. I must admit that's the one I haven't read yet. I hadn't had the time, so I can guarantee it's good. Added also his solo rules to play Savage World, so you have ways to play solo. You have everything you need: campaign generator, NPCs,
Look at this
pre-gen.
layout and trade dress. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's always very, very good.
All right, and then this last one is sort of I don't know who wrote this last one, but clearly an overachiever. Uh, 5 punk mini settings. Oh, it's by Alb.
Yeah, that's me.
I know that guy.
So I'm a rebel at heart. I'm an anarchist. I and and I wanted to write. I had these ideas for a long time. I love the punk genre,
Mm-hmm.
but it's uh, often mislabeled and misunderstood genre because to be truly punk, you need to have some sort of rebellion against the system.
Yes, that's the whole
You don't
point.
just don't you don't you mustn't just stack gear on it and call it steampunk. You
That's
have
that's my problem at the core of most steampunk is
Yep.
most steampunk the people are actually playing sort of the aristocracy of the Victorian age. I'm like,
There's a name for that genre. It's called gas light fantasy, and it's a totally valid genre. You
mm-hmm.
don't have to make it punk to call it punk to be good. You can have a game where you're playing aristocrats, where you're having adventures all around the world, saving the world from threats and everything. But it's not punk. It's not steampunk. You need to be the Baker Street irregulars trying to survive in a steampunk world, making odd jobs for Sherlock Holmes and for other places, and living like the dredge of society, trying to fight for a better world to be steampunk.
We need to give John Doom another Benny because he just told us that Gaslight Fantasy isn't actually called that, and in doing so is attempting to gaslight us about Gaslight Fantasy.
I think it's gas lamp fantasy, but yeah,
Take that, John Doom. Benny still received.
yeah,
So,
adventures on Mars and Venus. Yeah, like you have plenty of ways to have adventures without it being steampunk, and it's
mhm.
not a bad thing. Just name it right. It's Gaslam fantasy.
Yeah.
But if you want to add like the imperialistic nature of the British Empire, the troubles it made, the social iniquities of the time, that's steampunk.
Yeah. I'm saying that, Padre, as the guy who helped publish the latest edition of Space 1889, that I do not consider Space
No,
1889 punk.
it's not steampunk.
No.
I totally agree with you, but it's not bad. It's just
No.
not steampunk.
Yeah.
You
I
don't
love
need.
the name, the cabaret of earthly pleasures against the apathy of the machine dreams.
Yes. So basically, I wanted to use 5 lesser known punk genre subgenre and to try to create a setting about them. So the first one is a popular punk genre. I'll just say in French, which is genre instead of genre, because I have so many problems saying genre instead of just
No, don't worry
genre.
about it.
So sorry about that. So it's a solar punk game, and one of the issue with solar punk is you don't have any conflict in solar punk. So it's basically all the issues were already solved. and you live in an eco paradise, which doesn't make a good game. So I tried to mix it with Dune and say, what if a planet solved all these issues? They created a eco paradise, but the rest of the universe isn't. And you have, because you feel like you have a debt to pay to the rest of the universe, you have to spread your message to find ways to spread these incredible discoveries you made that basically resolve all. You are in a post-need society, but the rest of the universe isn't. But the nobles and the people having all the power in the rest of the universe don't want you to do that. So you're basically using these your resources against like great imperial houses, intergalactic houses, but you have like you are Star Trek in the middle of warring nations and everything. So that's the idea behind Blind Eyes No More.
Okay.
The cabaret of earthly pleasures against the apathy of machine dreams is basically the Matrix, but the Matrix is slowly killing the planet because the energy requirement to maintain the Matrix is too high and it's burning through resources and everyone's going to die. So you need to find a way to bring people out of the machine dream before it's too late. And to do that, you created the cabaret, which is basically a way to people don't like the 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 machine dream isn't real enough. It's just a little bit faded. So they export their minds into the real world. So they experience the the real world through the cabaret. And in that time, you send agents into the Matrix because you basically replace them into the Matrix to do stuff and break the machine dream so everyone can be freed.
Awesome.
It's about as weird as the name.
Yeah, I mean that name is beautiful. What about East End Module?
So basically, East End Module is classic cyberpunk, but with a little bit of the warriors.
So we can come out and play.
So you have a space station where the East End Module, which is the part furthest away from the core, where all the low lives go, people that have very few money, and they're ruled by street gangs basically. And they cannot use firearms because that would destroy the space station. So everyone's fight with it's gangs of New York mixed with warriors in a space station, basically.
Very cool. I was just going to say, did Gangs of New York come into that, and you beat me to it?
Iron Boot Hills is a cattle punk. So Blind Eyes No More Solar Punk, Cabaret, Biopunk, East End Module, Cyberpunk. Iron Boot Hills is cattle punk, which is basically westernized punk genre. You had the world was destroyed by the gray goo, so a swarm of crickets, basically nanomachines, and there's only a single spot on the whole planet where the crickets don't seem to go, and it's a big desert filled with um, railways because you cannot go above a certain distance before getting eaten by the nanomachine. So you have like the big desert with cities and people living inside trying to survive. In it's a bit of Mad Max. It's a bit of I don't know if you know that movie, but it's a movie I really enjoy, which is Priest.
Yes.
About the vampires
and
vampires,
stuff. And
and
so it has
imagine
Bentley.
Imagine a mix between Deadlands, Priest, and Mad Max. It's
Nice.
basically Iron Boot Hills. And the maid revolution is what if the Jetsons robots made a revolution? Because they're tired to be slaves.
Awesome. Now, Alb, I don't know if you've been watching the chat, but Civil Savage says he got his Fast, Fun, Furious February 2026 in under the wire, and I have checked it, and it was uploaded on February 28th. Can we show off?
Yes, absolutely. If I've missed
adventure?
anything, please tell me.
Yeah, we're gonna he's in the chat. I just put up his comment. So Val, I'll be sending you last year's and this year's Creator Jam links to put up on Savage Universe. So thanks, bud. I appreciate it. All right, so this one is Civil Savage's very own, very first product called The Old Familiar Phrase. It is a adventure where you play a bunch of familiars that have been summoned into this world, only they all show up together and their masters are nowhere to be seen. So you have to go out as these mundane, slightly magical animals and figure out what the hell happened to your masters before the magic that has summoned you has sent you back to wherever you're from. So welcome to the Creator Jam, Ronnie. Glad to have you here.
So I added you to the list. So it's a very nice idea. Reminds me of like play of good. Like you play as animals, I think Burries and Bellows, Call of Cthulhu, and stuff like that. So it's an interesting twist to the concept. I love it.
It's also very. I feel like it's very Pratchian. Like we could have had an entire Terry Pratchett novel centered around both the title and the implementation. So well done, everyone. I am so impressed with everything that has come out this year. It is, I mean, seriously, the creativity of everyone in the Savage universe is.
Press F in the chat for Sir Terry Pratchett.
Yeah, I'll. 10 years, man.
We lost a good guy. We lost one of the best writer over there.
100%. And yeah,
made a generation of role players.
The fact that the gods always rolled 3d6, but heroes got to roll a d20. So the gods were playing GURPS while the heroes were playing Dungeons and Dragons in his world is one of the funniest little. Clearly, this man knew his stuff. Just hands down, no questions asked. Well, Alb, as always, thank you for putting this together. I think I speak for the entire Savage World community that this is an exciting event that happens every year, and we've seen a lot of first-time publishers for Savage Worlds come out as swag creators because of this Creator Jam, which is just amazing. So thank you for putting this together every year.
That's my pleasure.
All right. Hey, so if you guys have anything you want to talk about, I really want to get John Doom to come on here soon to talk about the adventures of Doom and what's coming up next. But if you want to come on Savage Universe, please let me know. We are going to change the day here coming forward. I'm looking at whether Mondays or Fridays would be better for people, but because of Altered Morality, which happens on Thursday nights, I don't want to keep stepping on James's and the Knights of the Smith dinner table's toes. So we're going to try and switch up to date, but I would love to continue talking with people who are in the community and signal boosting. This is my favorite thing that I do.
Set a date and we'll do an improvised setting together whenever you want.
I am down for that. Let's do that in April.
Okay.
All right, Alb, I will reach out. We will set that up. I'm going to take a note right now. That's one of my favorite things to do. I do that on my channel all the time, where we just get people together and we start talking about, crowdsourcing things. All right, we're going to improv a setting in April with Alb. I will get that date set up. I love this idea. And if we do it late enough in April, Lent will be over, and I will be able to have a little whiskey while we'll do it, which just helps hey, Hemingway always said, write with something in you, edit sober. So Until next time, everyone, thank you so much to everybody who participated in the Creator Jam. You guys are amazing. To all of the people who constantly are putting out new products for Savage Worlds, I am inspired and in awe of you, and I love that I get to do this job. Thank you for making Savage Worlds the coolest game community in all of fandom. And until next time, go out there and play and write some Savage Worlds. May all your dice ace.
Bye. Thank you.